I'm Natasha Busst, and this is Nightline, the top stories. Over 9,000 displaced after fire razes 1,000 homes in Sandakan. And 71-year-old gunman held over triple killing in Kota Tinggi. More than 1,000 homes have been destroyed in a devastating fire at Kampung Bahagia in Sandakan, Sabah in the early hours of the morning. The blaze, which broke out at around 1:30 a.m., swept rapidly through the densely built watered village, leaving over 9,000 residents affected.
Kebakaran memang tidak akan dapat dikawal. Dia merebak terlalu cepat.
A total of 35 firefighters, including personnel from the Kinabatangan fire station, were deployed to contain the flames. Authorities said the fire spread quickly due to the close proximity of the wooden structures, compounded by strong winds.
Binaan rumah yang terlalu rapat. Binaan rumah yang terlalu rapat menyebabkan kebakaran terlalu cepat merebak. Maksudnya merebak dengan pantaslah dan ditambah juga dengan angin.
Firefighters also faced challenges accessing water as low tide conditions limited the availability of open water sources. The fire was fully brought under control by 8 a.m. with no casualties reported.
Setakat ini saya tidak menerima apa-apa kejadian kemalangan jiwa. Maksudnya tidak ada kematian. Apa yang berlaku di sini masih dalam, mungkin yang cedera itu adalah semasa ada orang menyelamatkan harta benda ataupun bantu rakan-rakan yang lain.
In response to the tragedy, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said immediate assistance and temporary shelter will be provided to victims of the Sandakan fire. In a Facebook post, he stated the federal and state governments are working in coordination to ensure aid reaches affected residents without delay. Anwar, who expressed shock and concern over the incident, stressed that the priority now is the safety of those impacted and swift delivery of on-the-ground support. Meanwhile, Sabah Chief Minister Datuk Seri Hajiji Noor said all relevant agencies have been activated to assist victims. He added the state government is focused on ensuring the welfare of displaced families. This includes ensuring access to temporary shelter, basic necessities, and food aid. In the meantime, the Central Disaster Management Committee will coordinate efforts with the federal and Sabah governments in terms of basic needs, temporary accommodation, and welfare of the victims affected by the fire. Deputy Prime Minister and Chairman of the committee, Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, said the priority at this time was to ensure the safety of the victims and the immediate distribution of aid on the ground. Expressing deep sadness over the incident and sympathy to the families involved, Zahid said the Batu Sapi UMNO machinery had also been mobilized to assist victims at the scene. The assistance includes registration at temporary evacuation centers, as well as the distribution of initial aid to ease the burden of those affected. Kuala Lumpur City Hall, or DBKL, has issued a stop work order for a project in Taman Tun Dr. Ismail after flooding at the construction site on Saturday when heavy rain damaged aluminium panels and sent mud flowing onto a nearby road. Federal Territories Minister Hannah Yeoh said several immediate measures have been activated to address the crisis. The mitigation and rectification works include the construction of a third sedimentation pond and the establishment of a round-the-clock control center to coordinate on-site operations. Other urgent measures include cleaning operations by the Fire and Rescue Department together with DBKL and the contractor's team, removal of hoarding structures and repairs to the silt trap to control surface water runoff.
Kita kena pastikan kontraktor terus melakukan kerja-kerja pembaikan dengan segera dan pastikan perkara ini tidak berulang lagi. So saya telah meminta supaya JKR pantau sentiasa.
A compound notice to the contractor has also been issued. An emergency meeting chaired by Kuala Lumpur Mayor Datuk Seri Fadlun Maujud was held at 10 a.m. on Sunday with representatives of all relevant agencies.
Dia buka satu kawasan, setelah stabil baru buka kawasan yang lain. Ini bagi memastikan masalah seperti ini tak berulang. Itu satu garis panduan baru akan kita keluarkan selepas ini. Kita akan berbincang bersama dengan agensi teknikal. So kalau boleh secepat mungkin kita akan mula laksana.
Separately, Works Minister Datuk Seri Alexander Nantalinggi said the Public Works Department has been instructed to carry out a detailed technical investigation to determine the root cause of the flooding that led to the collapse of a retaining wall near the project. Video clips circulating online showed mud flooding through Jalan Abang Haji Openg originating from the construction site, as well as damage to the site's walls caused by strong winds. The mud flood, which occurred at around 5 p.m. on Saturday, was the result of prolonged heavy rain. In Ampang, Selangor, a landslide struck Kampung Ampang Indah on Sunday afternoon, crushing a van. However, no injuries were reported. Selangor Fire and Rescue Department Operations Officer Ahmad Mukhlis Mukhtar said emergency services received a distress call at 3:51 p.m., prompting a rapid response from a 5-member team from the Ampang Fire Station. Upon arrival, firefighters found that a section of the hillside had given way, with debris falling onto a parked van. Authorities also received reports of ground movement along a nearby slope in the same area. Both incidents did not involve any structural damage or casualties. Domestic diesel prices could be stabilized with the fuel produced by 19 biodiesel plants currently in operation in the country. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said the production capacity of about 1.5 million litres of fuel per month from these plants would be sufficient to meet local demand amid rising pressure on fuel prices in the market. Zahid revealed that the biodiesel production initiative had been presented to the National Economic Action Council.
Kini terdapat 19 loji pengeluaran biofuel sama ada B15 hingga B50 dan kita akan menggunakan sludge ataupun byproduct yang mengeluarkan CPO di mana terdapat 35% sludge akan dimanfaatkan sebenarnya untuk mengeluarkan biofuel dan juga jet A1 dan ini telah dimulakan dan M10 pada dasarnya telah menerima saranan itu.
He was speaking at the launch of Rismart Grocer in Sungai Buloh, Selangor. The large-scale expansion is expected to involve multiple stakeholders, including Felda, Felcra, and key players in the plantation sector. The move will also help reduce Malaysia's reliance on imported fossil fuels while strengthening long-term energy security. Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid Nordin has assured that security and stability in the Straits of Malacca remain firmly under control. The Defence Minister dismissed concerns that the strategic shipping route could face disruptions similar to those seen in the Strait of Hormuz.
So there is no reason that the Straits of Malacca will face the same situation as the Strait of Hormuz. The three countries manning the Straits of Malacca, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, are countries that are strongly upholding the principle of the United Nations, free flow of trade as well as free navigation around the area.
He added that ASEAN will continue to play a central role in safeguarding one of the world's busiest and most critical trade corridors. Meanwhile, Khalid confirmed that Iran has withdrawn from the 2026 Defense Services Asia and National Security Asia exhibitions, which are set to open on Monday.
facing various challenges. If they want to travel, if they want to send their products, surely there will be some difficulties. And then based on that reason, they are not able to participate for this year DSA.
Yeah.
There is nothing political, but the problem that they are facing, the challenges that they are facing.
He was speaking after inspecting final preparations for the event at the Malaysia International Trade and Exhibition Centre, MITEC, on Sunday. Despite the withdrawal, the exhibition will proceed with strong international participation involving 63 countries, including China, Russia, and the United States. The 19th edition of the biannual event is expected to feature more than 1,400 exhibiting companies. The Transport Ministry has ordered an immediate investigation into a baggage handling system failure at Terminal 1 of the Kuala Lumpur International Airport. The disruption, which occurred on Saturday, left a large number of passengers waiting between 2 to 4 hours to receive their luggage. Transport Minister Anthony Loke said although the baggage handling system was restored later the same day, a technical fix does not close the matter and the incident points to something that must be addressed at a deeper level. He stressed that passengers are entitled to reliable service standards and that the incident clearly fell short of expectations. The Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia will now conduct a full probe, including whether punitive action should be taken against those responsible for the service breakdown. The ministry's Secretary General has also been directed to convene an emergency meeting with relevant agencies on Monday. The session will focus on a comprehensive review of existing standard operating procedures, particularly on response times, passenger communication, and emergency contingency protocols. A senior citizen has been arrested in connection with a shooting incident that killed 3 people in Kota Tinggi, Johor. Police believe the incident stemmed from a dispute over personal debt involving a 71-year-old male suspect who allegedly opened fire on the victims. All 3 victims, 2 local men and a foreign woman aged between 37 and 63, were pronounced dead at the scene. Johor Police Chief Dato' Abdurrahman Arshad said the suspect, who holds a valid firearm license, was detained about 200 meters from the location at around 2 p.m., some 30 minutes after the incident was first reported. Preliminary investigations indicate the female victim owed the suspect around 50,000 ringgit, with the debt reportedly unpaid since last year. The case is being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code for murder. Police are expected to apply for a remand order at the Kota Tinggi Magistrates Court on Monday. In Terengganu, a woman's attempt to rescue her friend from drowning ended in tragedy after she herself was drowned in Lata Ulu Setiu on Sunday. The victim, 22-year-old Suraya Hassan, a university student, was pronounced dead at the scene. Setiu District Police Chief Superintendent Muhammad Zain Madris said that they were alerted of the incident at around 1:48 p.m. Suraya and several friends were reportedly having a picnic by the river when one of them is believed to have nearly drowned. Suraya and the others then attempted to help, but she was swept away by the river's current. Suraya's friend was rescued and sent to Setiu Hospital for treatment. The victim's body was later taken to the same hospital's forensic unit for a post-mortem examination. The case has been classified as sudden death. Vermont sparks brawl at Nasi Kandar Eatery. More from the local front after this breather.
Macam mana boleh tak ada orang kat dalam ni? Something yang aku tangkap apa jadi dengan mereka.
Ini yang dapat selesaikan kerja kita.
Malcolm is not our kind. He's corrupted, sir. Matilah. Bro. Mati.
Kau buat apa tu?
Gerak.
Kau nak bunuh aku? Macam mana kau bunuh tadi? Pakai ilmu hitam kau tu? Kau nak anak kau mati. Kau tak nak apa-apa dari rumah ni. Tapi rumah ni nak sesuatu dari kau. Janji kita semua setia.
Penuh memikirkan masa hadapan, betul ke jalan yang dipilih? Krisis di pertengahan usia, bagaimana kita atasinya? Sambal gesek, cencaru sumbat sambal. Aneka menu sambal Selasa nanti kami bawakan. Kerja dari rumah lebih mudah urus masa dan kewangan. Apakah implikasi dan juga relevannya? Hidup huru-hara kalau suka orang masuk campur. Cari punca bahaya orang ketiga. Terlalu kuat bekerja, rosak rumah tangga. Pasangan workaholic Jumaat nanti. Semuanya di WCTV 3 dan stream sekarang ditonton.
Selangor police have successfully recaptured a detainee who escaped from the Sungai Buloh prison on Saturday. In a statement on Sunday, State Police Chief Dato' Shazli Kahar said the man, a Pakistani national, was apprehended at around 5 p.m. along Jalan Batu 14, Jalan Gombak Lama. He also expressed his appreciation to the public and all parties involved in the search. On April 9th, it was reported that the detainee had escaped during a transfer at the Sungai Buloh prison after attending court proceedings at the Shah Alam court. The man was previously detained for offences including robbery and the sexual assault of a minor. Also in Selangor, a fight at a nasi kandar restaurant in Bandar Rimbayu, Teluk Panglima Garang on April 15th is believed to have been triggered after a customer was reprimanded for smoking. Kuala Langat District Police Chief Superintendent Akmal Rizal Razed said they are tracking down those involved. A preliminary investigation found that a dispute broke out between two groups after one person was told off for smoking, which escalated into a fight. The case is being investigated under Section 160 of the Penal Code for affray, which carries a penalty of up to 6 months imprisonment, a fine of up to 1,000 ringgit or both upon conviction. The incident went viral on social media after a 47-second video of the fight was circulated online. In Terengganu, the remand order for 3 individuals suspected of abusing a 3-year-old boy to death has been extended. The Kuala Terengganu Magistrates Court issued the extension until Saturday, following the expiry of the suspect's initial remand on Sunday. The suspects, 2 men and a woman aged between 30 and 50, were previously detained to assist in the case investigation. The victim is believed to have been living with the 3 suspects who were his foster family for the past 3 months. In the traffic incident in Kampung Banggol Katong, police received a report from a medical officer at the Bukit Payong Health Clinic on April 13th. The child was brought to the clinic unconscious and was later pronounced dead due to complications of acute limb ischemia resulting from a thigh bone fracture. One of the suspects, the victim's foster father, tested positive for methamphetamine and has a prior criminal record with 11 offences. The Nürburgring turns deadly once more. The details when Nightline returns.
Biasa ramai orang tahu sabut kelapa ni pakai akuk buat tanah pokok. Jadi kita nak lain pada orang lain, kita buat patung-patung. Tengok burung, buat dengan sabut. Jadi budak-budak suka lah ke. Kita buat jenis gerak. Benda orang jarang buat.
Kalau rumah satu elok biar, kalau bagi mau tahu cuci kasih bersih, tak boleh kosok kuat nanti itu kulit rosak.
Akar kelata ini very good for our health. Saya buat jadi noodle, you boleh makan. Noodle dengan nasi dia similar lah.
I'm ready.
Dalam Gayung 2, kita ada lebih aksi, lebih drama, lebih tragik.
I think lebih gory, lebih darah.
Our action is even more realistic, it's even more brutal.
Dia punya aksi pun lebih padat, lebih...
Dia ada banyak action more.
More action, more drama.
Syarat dengan emosi dan syarat dengan kejutan.
I think you guys gonna love the second Gayung.
Hidup ini babak yang tak boleh diulang. Namun, selalu ada peluang mendarat di syurga.
Kita ada dalam cuaca yang tak baik.
Demi masa.
Ali menyalahkan apa saja yang kita lalui. Sesungguhnya, manusia itu dalam kerugian.
Hari-hari terakhir seorang pendosa.
Siapa sebenarnya perempuan gila yang ayah bawa balik tu? Apa Ramuna? Dan siapa sebenarnya ayah?
Di Cereka Rama TV3 setiap Sabtu 10 malam dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Tunggu bang, aku boleh nampak tu hang.
Aku nampak Dajjal bang.
Tertuduh ni datang menghampiri si mati ni dan si mati nampak tertuduh bawa parang bersama dengan dia.
Yang beliau boleh bercakap dengan alam-alam dan fakta itu diakui oleh OKT di dalam mahkamah.
Onto the foreign front. A French peacekeeper was killed and 3 others wounded on Saturday after a United Nations patrol came under fire in southern Lebanon in what officials describe as a deliberate attack. The soldier was serving with the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, UNIFIL, when their patrol came under small arms fire. French President Emmanuel Macron blamed the attack on Hezbollah. However, Hezbollah denied any involvement, calling the accusations rushed and baseless, and urged caution pending a full investigation by the Lebanese army. Lebanon's Prime Minister Nawaf Salam condemned the attack and ordered an immediate probe. The incident came amid heightened tensions in southern Lebanon, where clashes between Hezbollah and Israel resumed earlier this month, despite a ceasefire that took effect on April 16th. Meanwhile, Malaysia has expressed its condolences to the French government and the victims' family. In a statement on Sunday, Wisma Putra condemned the attacks on UNIFIL peacekeepers, describing them as war crimes, and called for justice for those killed and injured. It also called on the international community and the United Nations Security Council to take appropriate measures to ensure the safety and security of peacekeepers. The statement added that all Malaysian battalion or Malbat personnel currently deployed under UNIFIL are reported to be safe. Donald Trump on Sunday renewed his threats of broad attacks to destroy Iran's infrastructure if no deal is reached. The U.S. president, however, confirmed that his representatives will return to Pakistan on Monday for negotiations with Tehran. Earlier, Iran said Washington and Tehran have made progress in negotiations, but are still a long way from a deal, amplifying concerns about a possible return to war when their ceasefire is set to expire on Wednesday. According to Iran's parliament speaker, Mohammad Baghir Ghalibaf, there had been progress with Washington, but there are many gaps and some fundamental points remain. Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Saeed Khatibzadeh, in the meantime, stated no date has been set for a new round of face-to-face talks with the U.S. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump said very good conversations were going on with Iran, but warned that Washington will not be blackmailed by Tehran over the Strait of Hormuz. The strait was again closed on Sunday as Iran said it will not allow the crucial maritime trade choke point to reopen until the U.S. ends a blockade of Iranian ports. Bangladesh has raised retail fuel prices by 10% to 15% on Saturday. The country's energy ministry said the increase is due to rising global crude oil prices and tighter supply caused by the ongoing West Asia war. Under the new rates, petrol now costs 135 taka, or about $1.10 per liter, up from 94 cents. Diesel is priced at 93 cents per liter, while kerosene at $1.06 per liter. Officials said the increase was unavoidable as rising import costs, supply chain disruptions, and higher freight and insurance costs pushed up expenses. Veteran endurance driver Juha Miettinen was killed and 6 others injured following a 7-car collision during the ADAC 24-hour Nürburgring qualifiers in Germany. The race, which also featured 4-time Formula One world champion Max Verstappen, was halted after the incident, with organizers suspending the event. The crash occurred just 25 minutes into the 4-hour race near the Klaus-Tertal section of the track. Organizers said the 66-year-old Miettinen was extracted from his vehicle and taken to the medical center, where he later died despite resuscitation efforts. The other 6 drivers were taken to nearby hospitals, with none suffering life-threatening injuries. Verstappen, who was not driving at the time, expressed his condolences to Miettinen's family. Racing resumed on Sunday with a minute's silence observed during grid formation. On to sports now. Football and the MFL Challenge Cup. Sabah FC have ended their 7-year trophy drought by edging Penang FC 4-3 on penalties after a 1-1 aggregate draw in the final at Lika Stadium on Sunday night. The Rhinos made a bright start, with former Penang striker Jafri Firdaus Chu nearly opening the scoring early on, only to be denied by Ramadan Hamid. Penang gradually grew into the game and Cheche Kipre came close, but his effort was well kept out by Damian Lim. With neither side able to break the deadlock, the match remained goalless at the break and drew a tense second half. Even after extra time, the scores stayed level, forcing a penalty shootout. Both goalkeepers proved decisive, pulling off crucial saves before Farhan Roslan calmly converted the winning spot kick to seal the title for Sabah. It marks their first piece of silverware since 2019, when they were crowned Malaysia Premier League champions. Moving on to esports now. Selangor Red Giants' SRG composure under pressure was the difference in their 2-0 win over RRQ Tora in Week 3 of the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Professional League Malaysia MPL MY Season 17 on Saturday. Both teams entered the week undefeated, but RRQ's momentum had already been halted on Friday following a 2-0 defeat to Team Vamos. Despite that setback, RRQ set up a strong fight in a closely contested best-of-3, with both games extending beyond the 22-minute mark. They even dragged the opening game past 23 minutes, but SRG's superior quality ultimately shone through. SRG carried that momentum into Game 2, looking far more composed as they wrapped up a straight games victory in just 25 minutes. The result extends SRG's lead at the top to 5 points, keeping them firmly on track to complete the regular season unbeaten. And that concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look at China, where humanoid robots race alongside humans in Beijing Half Marathon, showcasing the latest technological advancements in robotics. With that, I'm Natasha. Thank you for watching and see you next time.